Jets Nation, welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. Today is a great day to be a freaking New York Jets fan. He fires it over the middle, touchdown! Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets tie the football game! Ah! It's a toss to Breece Hall. Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose! Breece Hall's gone! Breece Hall is gone! He walks into the end zone! That's a Jets touchdown! Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner! That's New York Jets, new era Robert style of football right there. Breaking news! The New York Jets got him! Aaron Rodgers is officially a member of the New York Jets! The vibe amongst his fan base is just a really awesome thing to watch our fans have a reason to be excited. This Jets team is ready to take flight this year.
We're gonna show the world today what Jets football is about. Let's go. All we need is us. All we need.
I got high expectations for them, and you should too. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's go Jets. Jets.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
Let's go! Yo, what is up, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. Today, we got some 53-man roster stuff to talk about because the deadline is tomorrow, and the cuts are going to start flying in today and tomorrow. And the Jets have really tough decisions to make. And I want to give you guys my prediction and where I think the Jets are going to go. Now, this is basically impossible to predict because you don't know what the Jets are thinking, which positions they want to hold more people on, which player really deserves a roster spot, which player doesn't, who's going to make the practice squad, who's going to get claimed by other teams. There's a lot to get into when it comes to the 53-man roster, and the deadline is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I wanted to go live today and give you guys my overall thoughts of the 53. I haven't really made a video or anything about the 53 until today. So, yeah, I'm excited to give you guys my thoughts on who's going to make the team and who's not. Again, this was really tough to make, and I don't know. I'm probably not going to be 100% accurate, I'll tell you that much, but I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat of who you think is going to get cut, who you think is going to stay on this roster. So make sure you guys let me know in the chat. And hit that thumbs up button on your way in, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on your way in. It really helps out the channel a ton. We got a lot of exciting content, a lot of exciting season. And the season is 2 weeks from today for the New York Jets. Well, it's 10 days for the NFL season to start next Thursday night. But for the New York Jets, 2 freaking weeks from today is game day against the Buffalo Bills. Week 1, Monday Night Football at MetLife Stadium. What more can you ask for, folks? What more can you ask for? So again, guys, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. What's up, Greg? What's good, Hemlock? John, what's up, dude? Ali, what's up, brother? We got everybody tuning in today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. And just want to give you guys an announcement. If you guys did not know already, we are launching a brand new show on Jets Media, which is going to premiere next Monday. Every single Monday throughout the season, it's going to be Jack and myself from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., a 3-hour slot with a lot of fun segments planned, special guests. It's going to be live from my new studio that I'm not in currently, and we got a lot of exciting things happening on Monday, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Next Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time is going to be the first episode. It's going to be a podcast as well. If you guys want to download it audio, you can do that for sure. And of course, a lot of other exciting content coming throughout the season. Now, let's get straight into business. Let's get into this 53-man roster. What's up, Mark? Vibe Shop, Jimmy, Rich, what's good? Hope you guys are doing well. All right. Now, again, this was really tough for me to do, guys, so bear with me here. All right. We're going to start off with the offense. This is tough. Here it is. All right. This is the offense that I got cooking up. So let's start off with the offensive line. We got 9 offensive linemen making the team, in my opinion. And the interesting thing about that is Carter Warren is injured, and I have him on the IR. This is a rookie who's been injured throughout the entire training camp. Now, starting off with the starters, Dwayne Brown at left tackle, Tomlinson at left guard, Connor McGovern at center, AVT at right guard, or should I say Elijah Vera Cruz. Mekhi Becton at right tackle. And then the backups is Billy Turner, Joe Tippmann, Wes Schweitzer, and Max Mitchell as the 9 offensive linemen heading in to the 53-man roster week 1. Now, the tight ends. We got 3 tight ends, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, Jeremy Ruckert. I think that the Jets are going to have to make a tough decision and cut Zach Kuntz and Kenny Yeboah. Kuntz is just so raw and just does not seem to be ready to play football in a win-now season, and he was a 7th-round pick. It is very likely that 7th-round picks don't make the team, and the Jets are going to try to stash him on the practice squad if somebody does not retain him. And then getting into the wide receivers. Now, this one was interesting, folks. With the Corey Davis news of him retiring, an opportunity opens up for the last 2 spots. And I think the Jets are going to roll with 6 wide receivers because they need depth. And if they do not go in with 6 wide receivers and they only go in with 5, I don't think that's smart. You need special teams players. You need depth at that spot. So we got Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, McCole Hardman, Randall Cobb, Xavier Gibson, and Jason Brownlee. Now, the Brownlee one was interesting. I also have Malik Taylor ending up on the IR because he's been injured. So I don't see him making the team, but I think he can start off the season on injured reserve. And I think that with this Jets team at the wide receiver spot, you can argue that Alex Erickson, Irvin Charles, but Xavier Gibson's a lock for me to make the team personally. But I don't know about Jason Brownlee. The Jets could maybe cut Jason Brownlee and try to stash him on the practice squad and roll with 5 wide receivers for all I know. But I think you also have to consider, folks, that the Jets will be picking up players on the waiver wire. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Maybe they add a receiver. You never know. Quarterbacks, I got Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson, which means they cut Tim Boyle, and I think that they're going to try to retain Tim Boyle on the practice squad. I don't see a team out there wanting to claim Tim Boyle, so I think the Jets will feel confident of retaining Tim Boyle on the practice squad. Running backs, pretty easy. 4 running backs. Bam Knight is going to be the odd man out, as well as Travis Dye, Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter, Izzy Abanikanda. I think are going to be the 4 running backs this season. I really, really don't think the Jets are going to hold on to Bam Knight. He seems to be the odd man out. And then fullback, Nick Bowden. I mean, this is a player that's so obvious he's making this team. Nathaniel Hackett loves his fullbacks. Every time the starters offense is out there, Nick Bowden's out there with the starters in the I formation, lined up as the fullback. They like to turn back the clock. They like to go classic with the offense as a fullback, and I like that. So I think Nick Bowden is a lock to make this team. But the only player on this that's kind of controversial is definitely Jason Brownlee. Now, I don't really see, if Malik Taylor wasn't injured, I definitely see Malik Taylor making this team over Jason Brownlee. But outside of the wide receivers, I don't really know if the Jets are going to go with 6 receivers or 5. Maybe they're going to add another guy that's going to take Brownlee's spot after the initial 53-man roster cuts. But definitely the one player on this 53-man roster offense list that I'm a little skeptical about is definitely Jason Brownlee for sure. But here's my offense. Now let's get into the defense. Here is my 2023 Jets defense. Now starting off with the safeties, I actually have the Jets keeping 5 safeties. I could not make the decision of cutting Ashtyn Davis or Trey Dean because both of them has been big-time players in training camp and preseason. I think providing depth at that spot's important. I think the Jets are going to be using Adrian Amos as a starter in terms of some packages. Tony Adams and Jordan Whitehead will be the 2 starting safeties, but I think Smash is going to be utilized, and I think Ashtyn Davis is really good at special teams, and Trey Dean is a good player as well to provide depth to stash on this team to develop for the future. I really think 5 safeties is smart, because if the Jets cut Trey Dean, he's going to get claimed. I guarantee you that. You do not want to cut Trey Dean. He's going to get claimed somewhere else, and he's going to become a beast. I do not want to cut Trey Dean personally, which is why I had to make sure he makes this team. Linebackers, we're keeping 4 of them. C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams, Jamian Sherwood, and Zaire Barnes. Chaz Surratt is the odd man out here. I think that his injury really held back his opportunity to try to make this team. I think that Zaire Barnes is a really promising rookie that can provide depth in case of an injury. And I think Chaz Surratt's a lock to make the practice squad. I don't really see anybody wasting a waiver wire claim on him. Now, getting into the corners. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, and Michael Carter II are the starters. And then behind them, we got Bryce Hall and Jimmy Moreland and Justin Hardy. Remember, Brandon Echols is suspended for the first game, and I think that Bryce Hall is going to be the odd man out right after week number 1 when Brandon Echols replaces him. Brandon Echols is definitely the best cornerback on this team in terms of the backups. Love everything about Brandon Echols, but again, he is suspended. Also, Jarek Bernard-Converse will probably land on the IR. He's been injured throughout the entire training camp process. He's been having a boot on his ankle, so I don't see him even playing as a rookie. I think he's going to redshirt this season. I was really excited about him, by the way, coming out of the draft, so that was tough. And then the defensive line, we got 10 defensive linemen: Carl Lawson, Quinnen Williams, Jefferson, JFM, Will McDonald, Solly Thomas, Al Woods, Jermaine Johnson II, Michael Clemens, and Bryce Huff are the 10 defensive linemen. The unfortunate news here is our guy, Tanzel Smart, not making the team. I was really trying to squeeze him in the run with 11 defensive linemen here, but that was going to be really hard to do. Tanzel Smart hopefully clears waivers and we can get him onto the practice squad. He's been a Jet for a long time, and I would absolutely love to see that. There is an opportunity that Carl Lawson injury might be serious. Maybe he gets on the IR, and then the Jets will keep Tanzel Smart in his replacement, but I'm hopeful that Carl Lawson's injury is going to get healed up and he'll be good to go at some point this season. So yeah, that's really my 53, and then I didn't make a graphic about the special teams, but that's pretty self-explanatory. Greg Zuerlein, Thomas Morstead, Thomas Hennessy, and Justin Hardy are the 4 people to make it an official 53-man roster. So that is my prediction of the 53-man roster. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the chat right now. Who do you agree with? Who do you disagree with? Who do you think's making this team? Who do you think's not making this team? Some people that's up in the air that I'm still on the fence about is definitely Jason Brownlee. Also the tight end room. I feel like the Jets really love their tight ends, and I don't know if they're going to want to roll with 3 tight ends. You can argue Nick Bowden is another tight end, but I really wish they could keep Zach Kuntz, but I don't think he showed enough to really be on this roster for a win-now season. He's too raw, and Kenny Yeboah as well. EJ Jenkins, I don't know if those tight ends have proven enough to make this team. I think the Jets are going to want to keep EJ Jenkins, Kenny Yeboah, Zach Kuntz on the practice squad for sure. It's a really hard prediction, man. Really hard prediction. And I think that the players, like the safety position, I have 5 safeties making this team. Now, I might be wrong there, but it was really hard for me to choose between Ashtyn Davis and Trey Dean. It really was. Maybe the Jets are having that same discussion right now, and they elected to keep 5 safeties instead of 5 linebackers. Those are the types of options that the Jets front office is weighing right now. Okay, which position do we want to play? Like, it's not really about people in a position versing each other. It's everybody on the roster competing against each other in a way. So, like, say, for example, Trey Dean, Ashtyn Davis both balled out. They both deserve to make the team. And then on the linebacker core, like, they might roll with less linebackers in order to fit a safety, for example. And I think that's really what it comes down to. But you got to also look in perspective here that after the cuts and the waiver wire claim, the Jets will be claiming someone that I bet will be on this 53-man roster at the end of the week. And that's really hard to see. There's, cuts happening all over the league. And if you want to break down what Joe Douglas has done in his previous seasons at this time of year, he's got gems, absolute gems in the waiver wire. Quincy Williams, he got in the waiver wire 2 years ago from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He got an extension. John Franklin Myers, he got in the waiver wire, who got an extension, who's a starter for this Jets defense. Braxton Berrios, not on the team anymore, but he claimed him, turned into an all-pro kick returner. That was a pretty darn good move at the time. Ty Johnson was a waiver wire claim, who obviously wasn't the best Jet ever, but, provided some impactful plays. So look out for the Jets looking out to see. In the scouting department, this is where they come in. They're looking across every single NFL roster, which players are on the roster bubble that are looking to be potentially cut that we can bring in that needs to be providing on this team. So that's really what it comes down to. Do you think Izzy will get a chance to play at all this season? Absolutely. I think that Izzy, listen, Dalvin Cook, Breece Hall is going to be the number 1 and number 2 punch. There's no doubt about that, right? And Michael Carter is going to be in there. But I think that Nathaniel Hackett here loves the running back by committee approach. And you look at the wide receiver room, right? It's 5 deep. And I think all 5 are going to see the field. And I think the Jets are going to be smart and really get all fresh legs out there at that running back spot. They're going to roll with the hot hand. Now, Izzy's going to get the least amount of carries out of everybody. If, say, for example, which we're hoping, Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, and Carter, all 3 of them are healthy, Izzy's going to get the least amount of carries, but I think that the Jets are still going to work his way in, give him some work, because he showed good stuff in the preseason and training camp. So I think that the Jets will be smart to give him some opportunities for sure. King Jamie, I could see the Jets being 3-0 when my Chiefs get to Jet Life Stadium for Week 4. Let's go, hopefully. Denzel Mims off that waiver wire? Just kidding. Yeah, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. John, I was thinking about getting Mims. We're not getting Mims. What about Brownlee? So I do have Brownlee making the team on my projections, as you guys can see here. But again, that's going to be a tough decision, man. I don't know, honestly, if Jason Brownlee showed enough to make this team. I really don't know. He was the talk of training camp, and then he kind of went down a little bit. Xavier Gibson showed to make this damn team. That's for damn sure. And the tight end room is kind of pretty deep. I mean, the 3 tight ends that we're rolling with in Conklin, Uzomah, Ruckert, all 3 of them bring good elements to this team. I like those 3. But that 4th tight end is interesting. Are they going to, use Nick Bowden as that 4th tight end? Right? That's what I'm looking at personally. So that's something we have to keep in mind. 53-man roster cuts is the worst time of year because it's so tough. It's just tough to see these players that we've been following and talking about all training camp get cut. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. And you could argue that the Jets will roll with 4 or 5 tight ends because of how Nathaniel Hackett likes to roll with his tight ends. And I think Kenny Yeboah has a more likely chance of making this team over Kuntz. Kuntz really struggled because if you have 2 penalties, you don't have any impact in the blocking scheme, which is a very important piece of this team, then I don't know if you're making this damn roster, bro. I just don't know. And I think we can all look at this offensive line as well. I mean, rolling with 9 offensive linemen, I think is interesting, right? You got Dwayne Brown, Tomlinson, McGovern, AVT, and Becton as the starters, and then 4 backups, right? Max Mitchell can play both left and right tackle. Billy Turner can play both left and right tackle. And then Joe Tippmann and Wes Schweitzer can both play left guard, center, or right guard. So the versatility is what this Jets coaching staff was priding themselves on all training camp. They plugged in Wes Schweitzer at left guard, right guard, and center. They plugged in Joe Tippmann at left guard, right guard, center throughout training camp for a reason, because in case any of those 3 positions go down, one of those guys can sub right in. Same thing with left tackle and right tackle. Say, if one of the positions, left or right tackle, goes down, you got Max Mitchell or Billy Turner to fill in at either of those spots. So you got to give the Jets coaching staff credit here because they prepared this offensive line to be versatile enough to fill in spots on this offensive line in case of injury. But let's hope that we don't have to freaking worry about any injuries because, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Good chance that Carl Lawson starts season on injured reserve. Yes, that is definitely a possibility. And if that does happen, that's going to open up another roster spot for another player on the defense. Liddell comes in with a super chat. I think they keep Kuntz. I think he showed great run blocking. Zach Kuntz is definitely an interesting candidate to be cut or not. I would personally rather keep him, but I just don't know if he showed enough. I mean, in run blocking, I don't really know if he showed that much personally. I got to go back into the film room. I'm excited for the film to come out, by the way, for yesterday's game, Saturday night's game. I'm really going to break that down for sure. But in reality, man, I do think, unfortunately, Zach Kuntz might be the odd man out. I could be wrong, but I'm a Zach Kuntz fan. I want him to make this team. Special teams will be a strong point in the corners, and the hard tackling ones will make it. Good list, Richie. Go Jets. Go Jets. Thank you, Lamar. I appreciate it. It was not easy to make this 53-man roster list, bro. Really not. It ain't easy, man. This is not an easy thing to do. And I honestly think Bryce Hall is going to get cut after week 1, after Brennan Eccles serves his 1-game suspension. I think Jimmy Moreland has proved more, personally. I mean, Bryce Hall, going into his last year, I don't know if I can trust him, dude. I just don't know if I can trust him. I really, really don't. TD Finstock is giving me a call. Hennessy agrees. Nah, Kuntz is gone. Yeah. We'll see, man. I don't know if there's any updates in terms of any roster cuts that's going on right now. Personally, right now, yeah. The only one was Nick Virgil yesterday. So that's really what it comes down to for me. Now, is anybody in the chat having any other second guesses? Any second guesses in terms of my list that you disagree with? Please feel free to let me know, man. Do you guys think the Jets will keep Tim Boyle? Is that something that is like as quarterback 3, or do you think he's going to get cut? What do you guys think? Tell TD the call got intercepted. Tua! Where are we on the waiver wire? Good question, Michael. We are around like 15. I don't know if that's the exact number, but we're in the middle. I mean, it's kind of similar to the draft order from first round. Ashton Davis, to me, is on the bubble. Yeah, I agree. Boyle is staying. I want Erickson. Yeah. I like Brownlee, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Jermaine over Lawson. Now, neither of them are not making the team, but I know what you mean. That video of TD reacting to Tua turn the ball over pick was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. Cut Zach Wilson. I likes when you asked TD about Garrett Wilson. He couldn't even lie. Yeah, bro. You saw that stream last night with me and TD? He trolls Sauce, but he can't lie about Garrett Wilson. He knows how good he is. Chaz is a tough call. I agree. I think if he didn't get injured, he would have had a better chance to make the team. I also think Chaz is going to make the practice squad if he gets cut. Guys, if you're enjoying the show here, please do your boy a favor. Simply hit that thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate that. We were talking about the final 53-man roster predictions. We only have 38 likes. I think we can do better than that, folks. If you're enjoying the show right now, hit that like button. We're also inching so freaking close to 19K subs before the season. If you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, baby. Let's go. Erickson should be above the undrafted free agents. I mean, you can argue Erickson, Malik Taylor over Brownlee, but Xavier Gibson's making the team. Salah loves Surratt. That holds weight. That is very true. Chaz Surratt is loved by Robert Salah, but Robert Saleh's not making the final roster moves. Hit the like button. Thank you. What's up, Hayden Nate? You know it. Ruckert's going to be used as a patch-catching tight end this year, not much blocking. No, he's going to be used a lot for blocking. That's for sure. But he's also going to be used in the pass attack. Yes, Steven, I agree. He will. I mean, his freaking expertise is blocking. So that'll be a mistake for the Jets to not use him as a blocker. I mean, that's where he excels. He's the best blocking tight end on the team. So you use your best tight end as a blocker, for sure. And you get him out there. Yo, Tippmann is nasty. Every snap dude is like an anchor. I know, isn't that cool that, like, Tippmann is not starting, but, like, we still, like, have him in the works for the future? I mean, there's a very good chance that Tippmann's a starter at some point this season. And I like that. And I think Tippmann has... I think we have to realize, folks, that we kind of low-key have... I mean, it's all up to Mekhi Becton staying healthy this year. But we have 3, like, potential studs on this offensive line for the future. In Mekhi Becton, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Joe Tippmann. 3 draft picks from Joe Douglas. Do I take Garrett Wilson in the first round? Yeah. What? I took him at number 8. Love it. Richie, do you see us going after a big-time receiver? No. Big-time receiver? Probably not. But under the radar receivers, I think the Jets will add some, yes. Bills pass rush coming in hot, says Mo. Yeah, so interesting thing about the pass rush against the, how the Jets are going to go up against pass rush. Aaron Rodgers is so good against pass rush, and it's not because he has mobility. He's so good at recognizing pressure and knowing where the pressure's coming from, where he floats away and gets rid of that ball fast. So if there's anybody like Aaron Rodgers' ability to not let the pass rush get to him makes me very confident that number 1, he's going to stay healthy, and number 2, the pass rush is not going to get there because I think the Jets are going to be doing quick rhythm throws. Reading the defense, whatever the defense showing, that's going to check to a new play, get rid of that ball fast, RPOs, rhythm. Not a lot of long developing plays. So, listen, obviously, this Jets offensive line got to protect, but I think that Aaron Rodgers' ability to get rid of that ball fast is going to keep him upright. Gibson has some speed. Gibson stays. Guaranteed Gibson stays, bro. Undrafted free agent. He's a dog. Who could you see get traded for some late-round picks? I don't see anybody on our team getting traded for picks. If anything, we're trading picks for players. That's the old Jets era, where we trade our players for picks to develop for the future. There's no future to worry about. We're worrying about today, which means we trade picks for players. I don't know what you're talking about, Rodgers did not get sacked once, but if you are talking about that play where he rolled out to the right and threw the ball away and fell down, that was a 0 blitz, and the linebacker came free, and Michael Carter couldn't block the linebacker. So if you're talking about a 0 blitz coming and it's literally like the entire team blitzing the quarterback with dropping 3, yeah, I mean, you're going to hit Aaron Rodgers, but the Buffalo Bills don't do that. The Buffalo Bills rush 4, similar to the Jets. And not saying they're not a good pass rush defense, they are. But that play you're talking about was literally a 0 blitz. It's impossible to pick that up. I think this is the most exciting 53 I can ever remember. Top-level talent, depth, coaching, can't wait. Facts, baby. Laken Thompson was in ecstasy during that interview. Said the O-line will be one of the best in the league. As he should, man. They should believe that. Manifest it. Oh, you're talking about when he was a Packer. I got you. Who leads the team in yards after the catch this year? Garrett Wilson? Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I mean, he's leading this Jets team in every category. He's going to be wild, bro. He's going to be wild. He's going to be wild. Did you see the Giants fans when Garrett scored that touchdown? Yeah, bro, that was a legendary picture. You can, like, look at everybody in the stands and see all the different reactions to the security guard, to the Jets fans, to the Giants fans. Garrett will be so good for fantasy, bro. We would have had 14 points in those 2 drives. Great pick, Richie. Bro, telling you, draft Garrett Wilson. Higher than you think. Brees. I'm excited to see what Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook looks like in the first game. I mean, are they both going to play and like be ready to go? I low-key feel like we're going to see a lot of Michael Carter week 1, just because Dalvin Cook hasn't practiced once with the Jets. Brees Hall still easing his way back. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. I don't know. As you guys know, folks, we do have a proud sponsor of Jets Media. They've been a sponsor for these past few months, and they just so happen to be Manta Sleep, baby. If you guys want to use my promo code that's linked in the top of the chat, you guys get 10% off of getting your Manta Sleep mask today. This has been an absolute game changer. You guys know them by now, and if you haven't bought your sleep mask, I don't know what you're doing. Shout out to all my Jets fans who did purchase their mask and reached out to me and told me that they used the code and said that they absolutely love this product, because I cannot say enough great things about this Manta Sleep mask. Again, 100% blackout when you put this on. Super comfortable. If you have any issues with sleeping, maybe you happen to sleep during the day because you like to take naps and there's a lot of light in your face, this is what you want to do. All that light goes away with getting this Manta Sleep mask. So folks, hit that link pinned to the top of the chat for 10% off using my code JETS and get your Manta Sleep mask today, whether it's for you or a gift for a loved one, a family member, a friend, a child, an uncle, who knows. You guys can use my promo code to get 10% off. Shout out to Manta Sleep for, again, sponsoring today's live show. Jack says, what's up, Rich? Strong Island. You know the vibes, Jack. You know the vibes. Strong Island, represent. Dalvin needs to be on fire. I think he will be, baby. I hope Garrett Wilson and Aaron breaks those records set by Fitz and Marshall. It's so freaking possible, bro. It's so possible. I think it's going to happen. Guys, can we get to 100 likes before we wrap up the show? We got 59 likes. Let's get it going, baby. Yeah. Smash that like button, baby. Cuts tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Wednesday at noon. See which team picks up players via waiver. So, guys, just a little personal update. I'm not going to be able to cover the waiver wire, the 53-man roster cuts tomorrow as much as I'd like. I do have something personal going on. I'm okay. Nothing to be worried about, but there is something that I need to take care of tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to report as much as if I didn't have anything to worry about, then I'd be live all day talking about who's cut. But if you're wondering where the hell's Richie reporting about the waiver wires and the 53-man roster cuts and who makes the team or not, probably not going to be making the content as much as I'd like to until late Tuesday evening. Just something personal. But yeah, I know you guys will understand. And just in case you're wondering, how come Richie's not reporting about it? That's the reason for it. Yeah. Thanks. Smash that like. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it. Good Morning Football said, watch Adams for a big season. Adams who? Devontae Adams? Oh, no, Tony Adams. Yes. Tony Adams was a breakout candidate on Good Morning Football. I have Wilson and Conklin and Hardman on my fantasy team. Let's go, Zach. I love that. We need a 57 roster. That's too much. Solly is a lock to make 53. Smart will get scooped up probably by the Giants. Yes, he will be. No, he won't. Tanzel Smart, you got to be able to stay on this freaking team, bro. Do whatever it takes. Stay on the team. Ruckert will be number 1 tight end by the end of the season. Let's go. Tony relax, Jets forever. See, if it's a player that Jets forever doesn't have all the hype for, then he's like, oh, he better be the best. What is this? Root for him. You're just upset he's way better than Ashton Davis. That's what that means. I wanted DJ Moore because I think he'll be good. DJ Moore is going to be good, man. The only player on the Jets I took on my fantasy team is the kicker. Well, that sucks for you, Mo, because the Jets going crazy. Ruckert will be tight end number 1 next year, for sure. Hey, Richie, what's up? Let's start the season, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Mario. I'm ready. Tony has done it again. I love it, bro. It's exciting stuff, man. Keep Trey Dean. If cut, Jason Pinnock 2.0. Facts. Please. Don't cut Trey. Don't cut Trey. Don't cut Trey. Don't cut Trey. Please don't cut Trey. Richie, I heard Jets Forever is coming in as a guest on the show. He's too scared, man. He's never come on a guest because he knows that, I don't know why. He's too scared. He's too scared, man. Let's go. I sound dumb. Then pull up, Jets Forever. How come you never come on a call-in? Come on. Wide receiver pickups. We need a vet or no? I agree. I think the Jets are definitely going to be interested to bring in another wide receiver, no doubt. The position the Jets need big time is a starting caliber offensive tackle to back up Brown and Becton. Yes, sir. He needs $10K to come on. Scared. People come on for free, and you're asking for $10,000? Devontae's a Jet. We'll see. Hey, yo, let's effing go, Richie. Come on, baby. Let's get it. So if you guys are just tuning into the show for the first time, I'll show you guys my 53-man roster prediction because I'm assuming some people are new here and wondering what my prediction is. So here it is. So here's the offense. We got 9 offensive linemen, 3 tight ends, 6 receivers, 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 1 fullback. The only thing that I'm on the fence about is definitely Jason Brownlee. And also only keeping 3 tight ends. I can see the Jets keeping 4 tight ends and 5 wide receivers instead. Maybe Kenny Yeboah makes it over Jason Brownlee. Zach Kuntz makes it over Jason Brownlee. That's something that I was like on the fence about. Because 3 tight ends is a little sketchy for me because the Jets love tight ends and they need depth there. So that's really the only thing. And then on defense, I kept 5 safeties. I don't think I ever saw anybody keep 5 safeties. I guess I'm the only one. I couldn't choose between Ashton Davis and Trey Dean. They both provide a lot impactful players. 4 linebackers. So, yeah. Here's my predictions. Woo, it's going to be good, baby. Let's get it. Why would you cut Turner or Mitchell if... Would you cut Turner or Mitchell if Jay Peters signs? Probably not. I mean, as bad as Billy Turner looked, I prefer... I don't think Peters comes here and makes it good. We are stacked. Let him know, Tyler. Brownlee seems like a decent route runner, fluid player. No, yeah, he's got upside. He's a little raw. You feel me? Xavier Gibson looks a lot better, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. 80 likes. Only 20 more to get 100, baby. Zaire Barnes is good, but he's not ready. Made a lot of bad reads Saturday. He's got upside for sure. He's raw, but you're right. Gibson more yak capability and speed. I agree. Bro, Gibson is nice after the catch, bro. He catches that ball way beyond the sticks, or behind the sticks, rather, and go, whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go. The Jets are going to keep Bryce Hall for week 1, and then after week 1, cut him because Brendan Eccles is suspended. So that's my prediction here, where we're going to keep Bryce Hall for week 1, and then after week 1, cut Bryce Hall, activate Brendan Eccles off of suspension. That's my prediction. I was at the game. Defense was fire. Let's go. Chat studs, if you choose between Gibson or Brownlee, who do you take? Gibson, easy. I've been on the Xavier Gibson wave ever since I went to training camp for the first day. I remember the Brownlee hype was everywhere, and then I went to camp, and I'm like, ooh, this 82 kid is nice. And then I kept seeing him. I'm like, wait, why is all the hype on Brownlee? Xavier Gibson deserves the hype. And then he started really gaining momentum. Let's go. Gibson is a returner as well, indeed. I choose Brownlee because he signed my hat. Now I understand that. What up, Mr. Bonesy? No worries. Gibson has been consistent, and he's a good returner. Exactly. I think Brownlee should have the edge over Gibson. Too many small wide receivers that Gibson makes it with Hardman and Cobb. Brownlee seems more like a CD replacement. He does, but Gibson just showed way more, like, would you just go with the player that fits the physical mold of Corey Davis or the player that shows way more potential, that looks ready? I mean, Brownlee does not have any ability after the catch. I mean, he's a physical stick. Like, he has ability, but not like Gibson. I think Gibson is a perfect player for Rodgers. In the slot, bro, get Gibson in the slot. He's like a little Jamison Crowder out there. I love it. I think Gibson over Brownlee. I know what you're saying, that Brownlee is more of a Corey Davis replacement in terms of the body frame. I get that, but I don't see that. I don't see it. It's going to be interesting, man. The Jets might even go with 5 wide receivers for all I know. I mean, I have both of them making it, by the way. But I could be wrong. I have Gibson and Brownlee making it. So we'll see. We picking up a couple guys that got cut for sure. Douglas does it every year. Yes, he does. I can't freaking wait. Now, again, the only thing on this list that I'm a little skeptical about is definitely the tight ends. Like, I can see them keeping Yeboah over Brownlee, Kuntz over Brownlee. It's such a tough. I mean, these are the decisions that are rough, bro. Rough. Richie, what are your top 5 wide receivers in the league? Jefferson, Chase, no order. Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, and Cooper Kupp. Why are experts saying that Boyle makes initial 53? That would be insane. Sign him on practice squad. No one wants him. I agree. I don't know why they would keep him. Why do you think we will pick up the wide receiver room if anyone wants? Who do you think? I mean, it depends. I got to see who gets cut. I got to see tomorrow who gets cut around the league before I answer that. You know? Let's go, baby. So, again, here is my predictions. I know that you guys are probably look at this and like, what the heck? It's going to be interesting, man. I can't wait to see how it all officially shapes out tomorrow. Oof. Oh, baby. Guys, hit that thumbs up button on your way in. We are 8 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get it going. There's a lot of different elements when it comes to a 53-man roster, right? What positions do you want to hold more players on? What position has more talent? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's so tough. And Joe Douglas and his staff right now is making some tough decisions. And Hard Knocks will not be covering it because that was part of the deal. You are not allowed to show our players get cut. So, yeah. Interesting stuff, folks. But does anybody in the chat have any questions regarding the 53? Anybody? Let me know. I want to tweet these graphics out, but I know I'll get roasted. Oh, Richie, you suck. Why would you put this player with that player? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to do it now. So we can live see how Twitter reacts to my 53. Here is my 53-man roster prediction. This was not easy at all. All right, let's see what Twitter has to say about my prediction. All right, just tweeted it out. Let's see how Twitter reacts. All right, let's see how Twitter reacts. X, sorry, X. You mean X, Richie. X. Richie, can you explain practice squad rules when it comes to waivers first and any protected players on list allowed? So basically, all the players you cut, everybody has a chance to claim a player. And if a player goes unclaimed in the waivers, then you get to assign them to your practice squad. It's that simple. So, say for example, the Jets cut Jason Brownlee, and he goes unclaimed in the waiver wire. Then the Jets can sign him to the practice squad. If he gets claimed by a team, then that team that claimed him gets his rights, and he gets signed to that team. So let's see, man. Let's see what X has to say about it. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. Eccles is a stud, I agree. I'm going with 5 safeties. I am. Now, that could be a little controversial, and I could be dead wrong, but I'm going with 5 safeties. I also didn't want to do like the same predictions as everybody else. Got to switch it up somehow. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was my Jets 53-man roster prediction. Tonight, we got a AFC's Roundtable Monday Night SmackDown. Me and Jack will be representing the Jets. Please, guys, come to that show at 6 p.m. Eastern Time tonight on the AFC's Roundtable. We need Jets fans representing the chat because you guys in the chat determine the winner of the game show tonight. So if you want to have your vote count, come through to the AFC's Roundtable tonight at 6 p.m. I'll see you guys then. Peace and love as always. Let's go freaking Jets. I will talk to you guys later. And then tomorrow is the initial cuts. And then we have all week to talk about the roster. And then next week is going to be the preview week, heading into week number 1 against the Buffalo Bills. A lot of exciting things going on, folks. Let's freaking go Jets, baby. Aaron Rodgers. I also want to do a film breakdown of Saturday's game. That's probably going to be Wednesday, if anything. So stay tuned for that. And let's freaking go Jets, baby. Let's go. I can't freaking wait. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.